But down Carolina around all y'all more not really like them.
Yeah, fuck that. Y'all, so next time y'all see us, we will be in the goddamn resort somewhere.
Yeah, you know. Golfing with the rich folk. Or something, you know.
You never see no Gucci niggas like this.
Ain't it?
What's been going on, man?
Preparations for much needed getaway. That's what's going on. But no, man, just, reset, man. Just get, a lot of things. Life is getting back to normal a little bit. I don't know if that's what you call it, but it's getting back to core.
Back to something.
It's shifting back up. You got your people who ain't want to give up that unemployment check. Work calling, they dodging. So you got that game going on. It's gonna be something about that.
That's gonna be very interesting.
It is. But at the same time, it's gonna show you. It's gonna separate the hunger, survival. You feel me?
They done had a taste of what Bernie was offering.
Yeah.
Now they want it.
Right. But you just
That's
got to
what Bernie told her. Bernie was willing to give y'all that shit just cause. That stimulus check shit.
Right.
Bernie was about to give y'all that just cause y'all was alive. Andrew Yang came up with that shit too.
Yeah.
And he said no. The people said no.
Yeah.
They got a whole documentary out about that shit right now on Vice. About how Bernie Sanders, in their opinion, how Bernie Sanders, is blackballed.
I mean, you see him so very much, especially whenever you see him standing out there next to Biden at the debates and stuff. It's just like,
seems like they singling my man out.
Yeah.
They don't want him to win, for corporate sponsorship and shit like that.
I don't know, for whatever.
Sucks, man.
Right, it does.
Fuck.
Man, but a lot of people even feel like, as far as the old Democrat side, it don't matter. Trump won't get to it. You know what I'm saying?
You definitely now. I believe Biden has no fucking shot.
I'm trying to tell you, that guy's just so put together, man.
Once Trump starts shooting shots at him about this sexual assault and shit,
oh yeah,
he ain't gonna be able to take it.
But how could he? Well, I guess because
Trump is a special type of nigga.
Yeah, you're right.
He built for this shit.
That's why I had to slowly pump my brakes on that shit real quick. It's like,
I don't think Biden built for that, man.
Yeah, he's not.
I don't think he built for
that. That whole goddamn Stormy Daniels couldn't take down Trump and all them rules.
Trump ain't worried.
Nah, yeah, I mean, for what I understand, he got active cases on him right now, whatever. But it's like, and he gonna go still take a shot at Biden.
Fight them shit. That nigga don't give a.
He's showing you where he's standing.
Those people have never encountered a person like that.
Nah, for real. It's just like,
but that's just a New York nigga.
Basically, I mean, it's no different than when you go somewhere out of your environment and the next person's environment, and you just take them by storm. They just kind of don't. They
don't know how to take it.
Yeah, they don't know how to go. You know what I'm saying? They gotta adjust. Like, whoa, what?
Yeah,
man. So it applies to different areas, and different people, different times. Like, so it don't just stop at you.
I guess I gotta say at this point that I'm not like a Trump supporter.
No,
I'm a nobody supporter.
Any point, yeah.
That's my point. That's my stance.
I feel that's the point we at in this world. Oh, before you used to could have had till mostly because they try to reach out to the youth about as far as when coming down and voting and politics and picking a side and whatnot. Like it's definitely shifted from now. You should definitely pick a side or stand for something.
Yeah,
which you should definitely stand for something. You know what I mean?
Stand for something. You don't have to stand for what they want you to stand for.
Right now, it's way more easier. I'm talking your senior citizens is more or less not even trying to encourage one to be like, no, you need to just pick this guy's side. It's like, whenever people are just like, I don't care, man. Nobody makes sense. I ain't rocking with nobody. I'm not picking a side. I ain't just saying, yeah. No one is fighting. No senior has no extra efforts to saying, well, no, you should get what's up. They just like, yeah, I feel you, kid.
Yeah, at this point in time, right.
Right. And I felt a lot of yin with that with elder folks coming up. There was so much no, you need to. No,
back in the day, you need to vote. You need to vote.
To what this world's gotten to now, I mean, it just
they don't even aim with the shit no more.
Yeah,
it's all the lie for a lot. I mean, it's not a lie. It's not a lie. I'm sorry.
Because I do believe it's a lot about keeping such a structure.
It was a time where you could believe in some. I don't know. I'm so radical, man. I've never had faith in this government, and it's based on the history that I would see and observe. I've never had faith in anything that's ever happened in the White House.
Being a '90s baby, I'm in the firm times now to like all that whole any hopes of having beforehand, like how it was coming up before, it's been out the door heavy now. You know, because it was already on stilts whenever I was coming up.
Right.
As far as, you know, this is the way it be, is what you want to believe in. You know what I mean? You want to believe that something can really be done about these problems in our country for real. But you really see what the world is drawn to more. And I know it's always been about the money. We all know it's about the money, the currency. But it has reached a whole different level with it now, you know?
Yeah.
It's a whole different level. Like, and what I mean with that, as far as like drawing in, you thought you had your corruptions and bootleggings and things of that nature beforehand. Now, that has quote unquote gotten its like legitimacy in certain mans. You know what I mean? It's been more incorporated to being legitimate, you know? To where certain people in positions of power cannot be touched, and it's just cool. It's like, I mean, we see him look at Trump. We know there's some frauds and stuff. This guy's a whole president out here, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How much do I have to believe in? Like, now I'm not even just talking about going against the grain of Trump. It's so easy to hate
Richard Nixon had to resign for some other guys breaking in a fucking office somewhere.
Yeah.
Donald Trump has defrauded people in real life. Lawsuits that have just vanished.
Yeah.
And that man is the whole fucking president. Like Richard Nixon did the wrong thing. His ass shouldn't have resigned. His ass should have stayed and
It's
do what the
crazy,
fuck he
man,
wanted
because I felt like I seen the whole time, the whole rise of Trump to his whole presidency. I seen the support he was having, for real. And I know the guy definitely had a shot, but what I felt was always gonna kill that guy. I was like, man, sex scandals and claims.
Yeah, you thought it.
I was like, I just think that's where they're not gonna let this guy do this. But man, when you see this guy then gonna get on through and on pace to be on his second term, it's like, wow.
That's the absurd part about it, is that not only did he win, he's going to have a second term.
Yeah, a strong shot at it. You know what I mean? If no one's claiming it, you know what I'm saying? But man, you got to be real about what the hell, where we going at with this. I mean, come on, Joe Biden. I don't care how good it sounds. He want to bring Michelle Obama in as his running mate and all that other stuff. It sounds good. It's going to look good for the people who like when you dress things up and shine it for them. But no, man. That ain't the answer, yo. It's not.
Damn, boy, it ain't no turning back, man.
It's really not at this point here. So now you have to learn to shift a whole different way on as far as like overcoming the bullshit being thrown at us nowadays, man.
Third party,
you know?
I don't know. Third party. Runye really is like torn. Cause I want to be the person that tells you to be active in politics. I want to be that guy that's like, yeah, man, it's very important that you out here, da-da-da-da. But when you see what's going on, man, we got to switch the approach, man.
Exactly.
We got to switch up the design. We got to switch up the game plan. I think I know we done touched on this before on this show.
Oh, yeah.
It's up to you and your families and your communities to make shit good for yourself, because these people have no idea what the fuck they doing, man.
They don't. We've seen it firsthand, the most stumbling all around with this whole pandemic that no one really could plan for. You know what I'm saying? So it shows furthermore on top of what they had in the shadows, what could be in the shadows, because we live in our regular lives. We're not so in tune to Congress as we are. I mean, you got your people who are, but the whole world, you know, not feasting eyes on any laws they're coming up with until the pandemic happened. But in process of that, seeing them having, you know, all kind of just disruptions, even trying to come together with those bills, it showed that they already was not on this shit before the pandemic hit. You know what I mean? It shows it was already.
Oh man, it was a raid from the jump.
For real, it shows you really where we was at with this. It's like, granted, and it's so easy for them. The loophole on out of this with it being a pandemic, no one could just plan for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the cop out.
Right.
All day.
But them niggas wasn't ready for nothing.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Much less a pandemic. They wasn't ready for nothing.
For nothing. So it'll show you where we really at with it. I don't care what no person get up in front of a podium.
And then when the slap in the face is when you have a person who is telling you that he wants what you want. I mean, I guess at least what me and you want.
Right.
The opinion of this show when it comes to politics, Bernie Sanders represented that.
He did.
The people that I come in contact with, my family and friends, he represented the views that they opposed to give to me. When I hear them talk and they say this is what they want out of life, and well, I mean, Bernie Sanders was willing to help with some of that shit.
He was, but for some reason, you know, he didn't get that support.
He wasn't the one, and I just don't. What can I do at that point?
Right.
I need an
And I
answer.
gotta admit, I seen the whole time of the running. Like, I can't say I was one so enthused about the Bernie thing. It's like I was behind it. It's cool. I dig it. But see, for what it is, man, I already saw how, like I said, they didn't go on and put together
how the media you can see it. And we not media savvy.
Nah.
We just niggas on the couch watching TV.
And just like you, just like anybody else. You see it too. I know somebody got to see it too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gosh, you know, I stand for this. This guy's cool, you know, but it ain't this guy has no chance right now. Not what's going on here. Nah. And then even furthermore, man, check so you got everybody who all the naysayers with Trump. Then show like, man, that man really just bought America. He just really literally bought people. Like everybody got a price to see. You know what I mean?
Hey, I think got that little meme out where he a Scarface with his coke with nose in his coat. And he was like, fucking give him all 1,200.
Yeah, right? Fucking give him, yeah.
Fucking give him all 1,200.
I'm saying, man, 1,200, 1,700, little 26, whatever.
Man. Give him a little.
All in between, those amounts is what you're being bought for. And it's like, oh man, Trump ain't so bad at all. And I've heard people really say that, sincerely. You might be tripping with a
I'm
little
fucking
kid.
guilty. I'm guilty. I'm guilty. My stance on Trump has softened.
It's not that. I've always been realistic about the guy, man. It's like a lot of people like misperceive this guy's persona and who he is versus like goddamn how you say, man. It's like it's too easy to hate the guy, man.
Yeah.
It's just too damn easy. You know what I mean? He really doesn't have that much likability. You know?
Yeah.
So
but that's not. At one point in time, he did.
And that's what I told people. It's like, man, there's a lot of times.
At one point in time, motherfuckers love Donald Trump.
You hear every reference in a rap song, Black Donald Trump, something, whatever. Pockets like Donald Trump, like whatever.
Yeah, just being
It
honest.
was glorified, you know what I mean? And everybody knew the guy was an asshole and Apprentice and stuff like that. Then I never really watched The Apprentice. I never did during the whole time. But You're Fired, I mean, it was big at the time, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like ability, whoever he's an asshole, it was still like, oh, it's like Chef Gordon Ramsay, the guy's a freaking asshole, but people, you know,
People like him.
People like him and respect him for, you know what I mean?
But you know, as a president, nah.
Yeah,
that personality.
president.
But y'all. It comes back to y'all voted him in.
Yeah.
Everything that we sitting here saying right now is like a rational thought. Like, that was cool at that, but we don't want that as a president.
Exactly. For real, think about it right now. How much people love Lil Boozy? You really want Boozy as your president right now? I know, man. Some might say shit. Why the fuck not? Because it's Trump shit, right? It's too, and it'll be like that. But man, really, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, straight up, right?
Lil Boozy going through it right now, man.
Boozy, I know Boozy always got it going on. I think they actually just really offer him a legit TV show. I know he had that World Star offer him a little viral shit whatever he do on the net. I think that somebody done offer him like some Flavor of Love type show or something.
That nigga.
And that is
we have gotten a lot of content off of Boozy interviews alone on this show, man. That nigga keeps giving it, dog.
Yeah.
Now they after him about his son and his nephews getting their dicks up.
Where?
Oh,
see?
see?
Like that. I mean, I remember damn shit. What he saying that
That's
song a long time ago?
He been saying I thought that's old news.
Right, because he been said that shit in that song. He got Louis. But I guess it wasn't such many social media platforms for it to air out and spread like that.
That shit old news, man.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, because the people,
The responsible father in me is like, man, no, man. But I ain't too mad at it.
it's getting up for the worse.
It's gonna fuck that child up.
Yeah.
in certain
It's gonna affect them.
But they are not kids like they ain't all man. These motherfucking children rich as fuck, man.
Rich as fuck, man.
They not like our kids, man. They are not gonna
I
live
feel like,
lives like
man,
our
when
kids.
you got a kid, it's just me here, whatever, you know, man.
I'm excusing me.
I'm just saying that when you bring in a kid rich, because it's like me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely, do a whole, like, I have it set up to have a way better life for my daughter than I've had, you know what I'm saying? So, it's just like, man, whenever you got them, when you know you can spoil them and whatnot, it's important to set structure. You know what I mean? You gotta set a higher structure.
If you want the child to have character.
You know what I mean?
You know, if you want your child to have some type of character in this world, you got to instill it in them.
You do.
Or you can have them be an asshole like you.
Right. Because it's been shown and I've seen around in the individuals that I know that it's like ones that come from poverty, it's like, yeah, you definitely gotta have the structure there too, because it's too easy to become a loose cannon.
Oh shit, man, even niggas with loose cannons got manners.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Believe me, say it's like, even going through them hard times, you still, you really learning shit, you know what I mean? Even involuntarily, whatever, you getting hit with some real shit, you know what I mean? You learning. Spoiled, you know what I mean? Just give my dog this, give him that, run around thinking she can just do this, do that, there, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Just in a world of that, just fun and stuff like that.
Living in a bubble, like.
Yeah, it's like I got to instill. It's you got to super instill like any you got to know that all right, I can grant her these freedoms to do this and that, there, whatever. But it's got to be set limitation too. She got to understand that
she got to be able to control this power.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to be able to control this power, baby. You got power. You in a situation you are going to be living better than most of your peers forever. You got to be able to control this shit. That shit can destroy you.
Right, man.
And setting that example, like, boy, I can't believe this shit coming out my mouth.
Right.
I can't believe this shit coming out my mouth. Setting the example that women are just so disposable to you like that.
Yeah.
That's kind of dangerous, man.
It is.
I had to work for it when I was that age. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
I had to ask motherfucker for rides. I had to get on a bike. I had to walk. I had to talk on the phone for hours. You know, I had to work for that shit. This little nigga just, hey man, my daddy just paid this little mad model bitch to suck me off. Like,
is that what his son said?
I know. I'm just saying that's if I was the son, like, that's kind of, that's something to think about. That's something to explore because I'm a very hypersexual male, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I love pussy. And I want my son to love pussy.
Right.
I want my son, but I don't want my son to be disrespectful.
Right.
I don't want him to be disrespectful, man. Exactly. Women like sex.
Yeah.
But it's gotta be respectful.
Yeah, all day, For real.
And that's kind of borderline. That's I don't think he talking about. He'll be on Dwayne Wade's son about like making decisions before they grown, but then you turn right around and you implement that on your son to be making grown adult decisions at that age.
It could still be traumatizing shit that could fuck the kid up. You know what I mean?
Like, does he really have a choice in the matter? His father is telling us. I mean, I'm not there. I'm not there. I'm not in the household. This is speculation.
Yeah.
Is the father telling this woman in front of his son to suck him off? Like, that's a lot of pressure on the child.
Right.
I did what my dad told me. I don't even fucking really fuck with that nigga like that. But while I was in his presence, I still gave that.
As a parent, like, you know what I mean?
So I mean, that's a lot to put on his son, man.
Right.
It's something to think about, guys. I know you want your child to be the most masculine, manly man out there, but don't fuck him up in the process.
Exactly. For real. Teach him what really being a man is
about. Man, this shit about like
masculinity. You know what I'm saying? Let that be just the givens. You know what I'm saying? Have said strength. You know what I mean? All around, but really like just be about that. Be about. You know what I'm saying? Man. You know what I'm saying? Being a bro to guys, like.
Man, fuck the man.
Those moments come casual.
It's cool. It's cool. It's great. It is necessary for men to have male friends. It is necessary for a healthy lifestyle to have a homeboy that I can holler at like, yeah, that's my nigga.
Right.
But dog, do not go overboard with this shit. You do not have to motherfucking live your life with these niggas.
Yeah, man.
Nah, man, that's not what a friend is. That's not what a friend is.
It's not.
And calm down, my young thugs. Like, sex is cool. It's good. It's all right. It's natural. That's how the fuck all of us got here.
Right.
Somebody fucked somebody. But dog, y'all can't be over aggressive with these girls, man.
No, man. Like I say, you just had that local situation happen. You see what happens, man.
That's what I'm alluding to, but I ain't bringing nothing up. I ain't saying no. But that's exactly what the fuck I'm talking about, dog.
Hey, no, fucking man. Keep it funky, bro. Hey, that's what. Calm your ass down, man.
Calm, man. What the fuck, man?
Word, bro.
That is some other shit. That is not sex.
No, that's not. I'm talking like, man, you feeling like you gotta use a slight bit of force or whatever, man. That ain't
Get out there,
like,
like, nah, man. Fuck no.
Man, you're pimping, man.
I'm good. I'm good, little mama. I'll be alright.
You gotta get out here, man. Get yourself established, man. You know what I mean? And then they'll be choosing. You won't even be in the same situations.
Like,
whereas those type of allegations.
Focus on the wrong fucking thing, man.
Yeah,
Focus
man.
on the wrong shit.
Focus on yourself, man. Things then nature come to you, you know? But, yeah, man. That forceful shit, that ain't the way to go.
No,
Straight up.
And just like, just for FYI, you don't get no wins in this world, young black men.
Right.
And that's facts. So suck it up. You can bitch about it all you want. It ain't gonna change shit. So prepare and act accordingly. You're not gonna get no fucking wins, dog.
Right.
So I'm not telling you to bend over and be no bitch for these motherfuckers, but act accordingly. Don't be shocked, surprised. Know how to maneuver. Know how to make the moves that you need to make, because that's the environment that you operating in.
Absolutely.
You ain't getting none. You're not gonna get no win with that.
Right. Yep, certainly not.
Yeah. But pretty eventful week of the same old shit.
Same old shit again.
A lot of the same old shit.
God damn, man, this virus. Man, listen, somebody was just saying, man, what if this virus is actually the virus that just ends mankind? What if it is? You know, I mean, of course, it's a gradual process. Man, you're talking about by this time next year, I want to be gone. I'm talking about, like, man, this is the very beginning of the end, like, legit.
Well, I'm ready for the big ride, baby. I'm ready.
I'm not, man. I want a lot more life to live. All I know is this life. You feel me? I don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. I got much faith in the higher power now.
Apocalyptic.
And I pray to the Lord, man. But listen, bro, like, hey, I know this for certain. You feel me? And I gotta carry out. There's some things I want to carry out. So I can't say shit, I'm ready. I mean, I ain't scared. It is what it is now. You know what I mean? But shit, I want to do shit, man. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I do. It's shit I want to do, but I'm ready. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I hear you, man. I hear you. And you know what's crazy? The way, and as far as over here in America, the way things have shifted, it's much more easier for a lot more people who've been saying that.
My world does. There's very few things that make sense to me in my world at this point in time.
Yeah.
Or the reality of what's going on is so real to me that now I just don't give a fuck. Like, I know what the fuck is hitting for all the way, and I'm just living in that state of mind.
Right.
I gotta get it. If I don't get it, motherfuckers is really gonna like be fucked up.
Yeah.
And fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck it, cause what's gonna fix it? What else do you need? Who else has to die? Who else has to be assassinated? What other pandemic do you need for it to a mass conscious awakening to happen. I mean, what else do you fucking need?
Right.
How much more evidence, how much more proof that shit ain't right? And that the shit started in the house.
Right.
Don't pass the shit off onto the next motherfucker. But we live in this state, and I gotta adapt. Right? Does that make me? I don't think you have to be cold hearted. But I do think you have to be more selective.
You do. For sure.
In the state that, you know.
Like I said, man, it's definitely new times, man. New approaches to be found now, man. It's a new shift, man.
Yeah.
Now life as we know it
has changed. And we here.
Like it's really no going back on that. You know what I'm saying? It's like no kid, no vaccination, whatever they come with. It's like, man, we not here. You know? And I like something we done stated before on the show, like, man, with them going and put a lot of these laws in effect, and they're doing that. They're putting a lot of laws in effect, just claiming off of just COVID.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they done really kind of been going to do things like this. It just doesn't help speed up the process. You know what I'm saying? But you notice though, they'll put the laws out as if it's due to COVID, but we'll say once we get a hand back on things and it's somewhat cool again, the law's not gonna change at all. That they said it was just for the situation, like as far as parties of three.
Yeah, they not gonna bring back the power.
Yeah, you know what I mean? They're still gonna be able to in a court, like, you know what I'm saying, now when you got some case where you know how it typically goes down around the hood where a car full of black males get stopped or somehow there's some dope in the car, whatever, whatnot. But you stop them wrongfully, but because you're traveling in groups of three, I have every right to stop you and everything, you know what I'm saying, just because this is law.
But this is what I go back to.
Alright.
You have to recognize that's where we at now.
Right.
Recognize that is what the fuck is going to happen. Right. I understand it is not right. I get it. I get it. It is not right. But that don't change the fucking fact that it's going to happen.
Exactly.
So if you know that you're riding around 3, 4, 5 deep, don't have dope in your car at that given moment.
Mm-hmm.
Act accordingly.
No, I second that very much. You know what I mean?
And that's all. That's just how. That's what I'm saying. We have to take that approach now.
Right. And that's how I feel on anything like this. Like, man, that whole right or wrong, like even slightly like how I spoke about just the whole goddamn looking at the Bernie shit, how that's going. It's like, oh yeah, sounds good. That's cool. We know what's right. This guy's more righteous than a Biden. We know what the fuck is going for. You know what I'm saying? So like even around here in the streets with everybody in the hood, every day, you know how to watch out for them boys. We all say, you know what I'm saying? When we say be safe, what the hell we morally
That's what we talking about.
What are we morally referencing? Now, other than most cats, we got some beef or something, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. But what are we really referencing when we say that shit, you know?
So for the idiots who don't get it, we're telling you to watch out for the fucking police, man.
Straight like that.
That's what we mean.
You know what
we say. Be light, be safe, be okay, be easy out there. When you hear that, we're not telling you to have a good life and be prosperous. No, we're telling your ass when you leave my house, get to your house.
Right. Safe, sound. You know?
And I'm glad that you brought that point up because I think motherfuckers really is like skimming over like what the fuck we telling you that for.
Yeah, for real. So it's like anyone, and check this out, but you got a lot of them out there in the streets. They know that, you know what I'm saying? They consciously know that. You know what I'm saying? When you're saying that, be safe, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when it comes down to the nature of what we were saying they talking about, you know, like as far as shit, when they shift them laws and they change it like that, don't just go in there and do the norm like it was before this shit.
Nah.
And then go claim we ain't been doing nothing wrong, hard on heavy in court thinking motherfuckers got your back and shit. Oh, these motherfuckers can put it in technicalities.
Right. And nothing I can do. I can't help you.
Right. Just like how you know shit, if you goddamn tail light out, motherfucker can whoop you, and you know you're just doing the speed limit, just trying to get home. You know they gonna whoop you because your tail light out. You know what I'm saying? Just put that in the book. Know that now. All right, riding with 3 people or more, you could possibly get goddamn whooped.
Yep.
So just put
it
in.
And I'm gonna take it further. It ain't no fucking possibly. You gonna get whooped.
Yeah, right. You're right. Keep it all.
Know that it's going to happen. That sucks. Yes, It is fucked up. It is very fucked up. Can it be changed? I guess. But you're gonna have to change a lot of shit. Like you talking about brainwashing.
Right.
You going into brainwashing and mind manipulation. The CIA tried. They I don't know how successful it was.
It's like, man, I don't understand. Like, I mean, I don't know how it would work, but it's like people would have to actually kind of like unlearn some things, you know, and then develop a new system of thinking. But it's like that. There, you know.
Yeah.
You can't just sit there and empty your mind up to
Wait on that.
You
Wait
know?
on that. Everybody has biases.
For sure.
On both sides. Man, look, man. If we being real, there's some shit that I watch out for with them white folks, just like there's some shit that they watch out. And
it's all around in every area, you know what I'm saying? Any ethnicity, you know what I'm saying? From Mexican, Chinese, whatever. Anybody got all them biases for whatever, you know? Like, straight it up.
We gotta learn to live with it, but we won't.
But it's gonna happen though.
So since we won't know how to act and how to move in the end, and realize that even in that, we're gonna lose some soldiers.
Yeah, for sure, man.
This is a fight for survival.
It is, man. And
in that fight, we will have casualties.
For sure, man. And honestly, man, it's done shifted like that. You know, it's just getting heavy and heavy. It's hitting closer at home more for everybody because it's happening more on a worldly level than just.
Man, that shit happened on Read My Rule, baby.
You know?
Fucking Read My Rule.
That shit be crazy as hell, bro.
What the fuck? Church. Downtown.
Man. That shit's for
Come on, man. Don't tell me I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Right? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And they can't, like, they got a blind eye to that shit, you know what I mean? And yeah, it's just
we know what the fuck it hitting for in Charleston, baby. We done seen the media use us like a motherfucker for their narrative.
Oh yeah.
So
can't look, you know what's going on with that.
This is a fucking war, ladies and gentlemen. It's not no fight.
Right.
In a war, you have to be strategic.
Right.
You have to outthink your enemy. And right now, we ain't thinking. We ain't using our brains for shit.
It's crazy because it's like you saying that right there. They doing that. And you know what's, you know, I'm talking about heavy and prime example is what happened right down to my man in Georgia. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you want to talk about Aubrey? I don't even know the man name. Ahmad?
Yeah, I can't think of the name right off the rip. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? Much respect to, you know, rest in peace to him.
I feel for the family.
For the family.
I feel for the family.
But, you know, just the situation itself is like, man, like, what? And the crazy thing is, like, all the justice they trying to put behind it. Like, all the views of how these guys are not wrong at all. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man.
I don't know. I can't say nothing. I can't say something. And this is what I'm gonna say. If you come on my yard, I'm gonna shoot your fucking ass.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna let whatever you want to take from that, take it. If I catch you come on my property, I'm gonna shoot your fucking ass.
Straight like that.
And that's that. I really have nothing else to say about that situation because I'm gonna lose either way. You come on my yard, I'm shooting your fucking ass. And I'm not gonna feel bad about it.
I don't know, man.
I'm not gonna shed a tear. I'm not gonna have no regret. If you come on my yard, if you come on my property, I'm gonna shoot your fucking ass.
I feel like in this man case, man, it's a simple jog, dog. Just down the street.
You thought that was?
He was in the yard.
You haven't seen the video?
I seen the most part. All I see is clearly like the clips when they just showing the actual kill. You know what I'm saying? Most people.
Bro, he was in a construction home, a home that was being constructed.
Mm-hmm.
They have video of him inside these people shit. He was in it.
So, but it's like even that doesn't show that this guy like has a weapon.
I mean,
they
didn't have a gun or nothing. I don't know. Probably unarmed. All that good shit.
Like
He
clearly
didn't
these
take
guys-
nothing. He walked into people's shit. He looked around. And he walked out. And then after that, that's when the boys chase him down and shoot him.
Nah, see, like that's the tricky part, chasing down, you know what I mean, and all that there. I don't know, man. There's a
It's
court
not
law-
their shit. It's not their shit. So it's not their personal house.
So it wasn't even their shit.
It's not their personal house. Nobody appointed you to be judge, jury, and executioner. Like, you're not an appointed official. You're an ex-law enforcement officer. Ex.
Oh,
No
yeah.
longer a cop. Nobody asked you to do that. So in me stating that, you're guilty of manslaughter. Period. You're guilty of manslaughter. That man death should not have happened.
Shit. Point blank period, bro.
Now the narrative that my people want to run with, of like how this is somehow connected to all of the police shootings, you know, and all of that shit.
Yeah,
The long running narrative, you know, this is just America. Okay, if you want to run with it, run with it. I'm not gonna fight you on it. I'm not gonna die on this hill.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna die on this hill. But I don't see it as that. I see it as two white boys who it probably is some fucking racist ass crackers. But it goes back to knowing how to operate.
Right. Hell yeah. Like I
If
said.
you're just a jogger, if you're just somebody who's out for a jog, why the fuck you going in people shit?
Right. I feel you. It's two sides.
If you walking out your door going on a jog, you're trying to get healthy. Why are you going to people's shit? And it's not like this was a house that was for sale, so like, you know, I'm gonna jog, oh, that's a nice little house, I might want to buy it. It's not that type of house.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I feel like shit. At the end of the day, just the result is killing. Like, man, I don't care if he did. Damn, just
Yeah.
But it doesn't take it. It doesn't take away from it. Like you say, it's about how maneuver. You know what you
You
gonna
come
bring
in my
from it.
yard, I'm gonna shoot you, man.
You around people see some sketchy shit. You know what I'm saying? You got to know like where they came, like why they came with the bull crap.
If I see somebody walk in Miss Bertha's house,
Right.
what would Miss Bertha's son want me to do?
Right. Yeah.
Would he want me to try to intervene hey, stop doing what the fuck you doing? Would he want me to just call the police? Or would he want me to just ignore the situation?
Right.
That's not my problem,
No, I feel you.
you know.
Just saying, but you can clearly tell, like from all the, like I guess from the tussle level, clearly this man's unarmed. You can get on through.
Oh,
You can basically point it to him and just tell him get on down the road or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it's like the kill him is very accessible. You know what I'm saying? Very necessary, man. Very. Even if he was doing some sketchy shit, you know.
Yeah.
Even still, man, like in resulting it, because it's crazy. It's like it's not even like from a distance and maybe seeing really with a weapon or whatever for him just to go ahead and take that action, even like a leg shot or something, go and lay him down, whatnot. Like
2 against 1.
It's two of them.
2 against 1, and you in a fucking truck.
And what we say now? Hold up, now one of them he got law enforcement in his background.
Yeah, one of them is an ex-cop.
So that's why I know how to approach. So he should know the proper training on how to approach.
His proper training is to shoot niggas. That's his proper training. That's how he was trained to be a cop. He was trained to shoot niggas. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, this is so tricky. We went back and forth with this shit right here because it's like one of the things that's supposed to be right. You want to think, but it's like, man, we know how they gonna go about it. You know what I'm saying? We know how that shit is.
You know how it ends. The story has never been different.
You know, you can't be no nigga in no goddamn neighborhood doing no sketchy shit there and bringing that fun.
And I want it like, man, man. These niggas don't understand how militant I am. How much for the revolution I'm down for.
You with it, bro.
I'm with this shit. But y'all niggas ain't about to get me to jump off no cliff, dog. I'm not doing it for y'all, man.
Right.
Not for no bullshit. I'm not doing it for y'all, man. I'm not going all out behind some. Ooh.
I feel you. Ooh. But no, people definitely got to learn to not. This ain't one of those whole, as far as like, man, we gonna bring it to, like the cops been killing blacks and things of that nature and stuff. You know what I mean? Like this situation is really its own. It's just much that's happened in the past that you can tie it to and publicize it with.
Yeah, that me and you sit here and say that because we rational, pragmatic thinking people. But the masses like shit. That's the same shit. That you blend it. You're hurting the cause.
Right.
By not being intelligent about this shit. You're not. You're picking the wrong battles to fight, man.
Exactly.
You're picking the wrong battles to fight, man. And
exactly, because that right or wrong, well, there's a way to go about shit. Is not like this ain't what's gonna be the uprising of all the shit that went down. I mean, I'm talking from me and Charleston from a church killing. This right here is what we gonna flip the table and goddamn point the guns on. You know what I mean? Not taking away from anyone who wants to stay in righteous form. I'm not trying to take away from it, bro. I promise you.
Bless the family, the boys.
Speaking in the general aspect, as far as like a whole community of people here, who got to know what we really dealing with is like you can't just act oblivious to
the situation that we in. That's not how it's gonna change.
Right or wrong reactions or whatever. How many times shit people just around the way, somebody who done this dumb shit done get locked up and like, yo, dumbass. You know what I'm saying? You can be just like that. Yo, damn, I should have been in such a such. Should have known them people gonna come in such, whatever. You know what's up? It's the same thing all around, man. So even with it being on levels like knowing that this goes down, you got to really watch that shit.
And the fucking sad part is that we know what goes down and yet refuse to do what it really takes to change it.
Exactly. For real.
But how do you change racism? How do you change racism? How do you change an idea?
Right. And a lot of times, honestly, in my own personal approach, whenever I've dealt with said racism, as far as like, when I've been in a situation where I know I'm gonna have to deal with racism on a constant, let's say like as far as something going to work or whatever, right? Something you're gonna constantly come across. All the time, you don't have to be so much as like a chip on your shoulder as far as like, oh, you racist or fuck you, whatever it is and such. Now you sit there and you show them just a regular human being, just like you getting on through. You showing your actions day in, day out. Like, really have no reason to hate me, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I can say, in a sense, now I'm not saying that this person just all the racism out their body, whatever this and that, but their approaches to me and this niggas, this snarls, that shit that we know, that we get from them, whatever, it went away, it died out, you know what I'm saying, from that whole killing with kindness. So you said, just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
My approach showing you, like, yeah, like, your depiction of black people is wrong. And as far as like this right here, like going to a restaurant, might get the sense of you got like a racist waiter, they're already going, black people don't tip, whatever, this and that, there, whatever. Even they give you them vibes and they still doing their job, this and that, they still going, show them better, you know what I'm saying? I done gone and we done that and then walk off and you can sit there and see from peripherals and like, what? Such. Or I've even had friends, you know what I'm saying, work in serving industries or whatever, but I'm not at their table, but I get people in there, they can give me a little back into why they might feel that person is racist, might be a little bit of whatever, and I pull a move like that, and they hear the comments as far as like, man, yeah, like, they start thinking better on black people, like, man, I really wasn't expecting that, or such. It's like, well, think better, you know what I mean? Don't just hold a judgment, So there are different approaches you can go with versus just fighting racism with racism. Because there's many times in the black community, again, black people say, I don't like white people. You know what I'm saying? Not like I don't get it. You know what I mean?
Fuck, man.
It is the same way. It's the same way.
Devil.
It's the same way with a racist white person.
Fucking devils, nigga.
But if you want to get somewhere with that shit, then man, it's like, goddamn, it's like, hey man, we gonna be here, yo. We gonna be in this world.
You got to be here. You got to go out and operate.
So
Just go out. Hey man, fuck.
All I'm saying is, if you that passionate about being held to a certain stereotype, don't fall in that, man. Period. If you so much as thinking, damn, like, man, you tired of somebody thinking that you this thug or this and that there, whatever, or what you doing, I understand, like, just in your culture, what you regularly doing, being misjudged versus knowing what approaches cause sketchy shit. I mean, sketchy shit is sketchy shit, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You could just take a figure, put a hood on, minus the situation you're having, you know what I mean? And you can get somebody inquiring, like, what the hell's going on? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you're hiding your identity.
Yeah, so
why is this guy hiding his
race
identity?
on that. Ain't no race on that. But oh man.
Education, man. Education. It comes to education.
Self-education.
Self-education.
You know what I mean? Like a lot of people
Social education, like interaction. And fuck man. This I guess this is what they call them, these the big topics, the big ones.
Yeah, right.
The big ones. There's so much to it that you're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get the resolution that you really think that you want.
The mixed emotions I get from the people who's out here, man, is like basically like, man, for what it is, you just got to think for yourself, man, more than ever. You got to really think for yourself. You can't just sit here and just being just told and like, oh, where got it. You gotta sit here and really think. That shit makes sense now. You sure already be doing that off top.
Yeah.
But in these times here, man, you would like to think that the media, like the news, will really come on, tell you some shit, then you could just really take that and like, all right, yeah, that is what it is. You got to see between the lines. Like,
yes, man, definitely. Have to read between, man. You have to be at a heightened sense of awareness right now, man.
Right.
You really do have to operate on a different level. And
right.
That's where we at.
All I'm saying is, man, just be cautious, man. Take it back to the basics. Take it back to the basics. Like, man, it's simple like this, man. Look both ways before you cross the street.
Yeah,
damn it. Think twice about what people think about the source you're hearing it from. All the shit your mama told you. That's the stuff that's gonna come in handy now. Not all.
Fight the power by being responsible, man.
Yeah, man.
Fight the power by just, let's try to take some of the emotion out of it. And let's just
And that's what a lot of it is, man. You got to pull back on the emotion, you know. Like, we all human and we do have emotions, but you just got to learn, you know what I'm saying, when to separate those, man, to just business and survival and
let's step back and let the story play out. Get all the facts first.
All the facts.
Get all the facts first.
No need for the rational.
Until as much facts as you can get. And man, if y'all would treat some of y'all own family members the way that y'all treat these people y'all never met in y'all life, man,
yeah,
you will be better off. So remember that too.
Oh damn.
You treat some of your own family members, some of the people living in your fucking house, you don't treat them with as much concern as you get on that fucking book and you can write paragraphs about whatever the fuck going on and whatever.
Right. Yeah, man. Understanding the family, man. That's where unconditional love lies. You know?
Yeah. On that note, we leaving y'all motherfuckers. We going to a fucking resort.
Yeah, man.
Fuck y'all niggas.
Yeah, words.
We holler. Keep on pushing.
Out this bitch. Goddamn phone jumping.